Yo, GK Nation. GPS. The Grown Folks Podcast.
Oh my God. Welcome to the podcast.
An extension of the Grown Folks Kids Show. Introducing the host with the most. The great gun. Keeping it here. This is going to be fun. Because I'm Batman. Yo, what is up? What is happening? Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and get the show going. Let me get all the intro and the pleasantries out of the way. All right, so thank you for listening to Grown Folks Kids Shows
GPS,
and let us
navigate you through our mind.
Because it is a wonderful place to be.
Is it though?
It is.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. We're about to find out. All right, here's the thing. All right, so the reason I want to get that out the way, I want to tell y'all you can check out our podcast on all the major platforms. All of them. Okay? Just about all of them. They keep coming up with new ones. So if I find it, I will put it on there. But right now, the main stuff, like Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, Spreaker, iHeart, whatever you want to use, Pandora, just find one, use it, listen to our show, like it, subscribe, whatever you need to do, okay? And don't forget to go online to YouTube, to our YouTube channel. We got a Facebook page. You can watch our shows on there, okay? We got a YouTube channel. And if you're local here in the Spokane, Washington area, in the Northwest, we're on Channel 14. We're on TV also here. All right, on CMTV, Community Minded Television, Channel 14. Go check out our TV show, Grown Folks Kids Show. Okay, go to grownfolkskidshow.com. Okay, now, that's what we do. We talk about 3-4 different things: entertainment, movies, social issues, sports, all the comic books, wrestling, all that stuff. All right, so, not the TV show, so I'm going to do the TV show intro. We got a new season, by the way, season 3.
The intro.
I just did. All right, so season 3 on the TV show, go check it out. Now we're going to talk about some things here. Are you ready to talk about some things here?
Let's talk about it. Are you sure you want to talk about it with me?
This is going to be good.
Okay.
This is good, but thank you for listening to our last podcast where we talked about the Shang-Chi movie review, which was brilliant. It was awesome. We got some depth. Listen to it, okay? Check it out. All right. So, going on the theme of our TV show, we're gonna start doing 3 type of topics for some of these podcasts. So, let's go on with the theme of our TV show. We do Planet Nerd, social. We got the somewhat serious for the social issues, and we got barbershop talk with entertainment and sports. So let's go with the Planet Nerd type of things, okay?
Okay.
Let's go. I know we talked about comic books last time. We're going to go back to the DC side, okay? And let's talk about Teen Titans.
Okay. Well, it's not really Teen Titans.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because we talk about
Titans, because they're adults.
Teen Titans is something totally different.
Totally different.
Teen Titans.
Still my favorite cartoon.
Oh, yeah. Both of them.
Oh, I know. What's the is it GER or BER or the one when they go back to the 80s, bring back the
oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Whatever it is. I'll just tell you what, the Teen Titans are my favorite. It's my favorite cartoon by far. Not even close. That and SpongeBob. All right.
SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, I love some Teen Titans. And it hurts me when I watch Titans because my brain keeps going to the T because I watch it with my kids all the time. Right. So I'm expecting.
Like, hey, this ain't this not right.
I know. I got to go back to the more serious Titans cartoon, right?
Right.
And I'm still,
which is actually pretty good.
Which is pretty good.
Young Justice.
And I'm still waiting for when they're going to cross over Cyborg from the Doom Patrol into the Titans.
It's not going to happen.
They got the Doom Patrol, but they're in the same universe.
Not going to happen.
They're in the same timeline, same universe, same Earth.
Not going to happen.
Why you say that won't happen? Why?
It's not.
How's that even true? How's that possible?
Is Beast Boy in both?
He could be.
But is he?
No.
All right.
But he could be.
All right.
They can cross over.
I don't put no faith in WB to do the right thing.
All right. Well, anyways, yeah, I'm trying. They're getting better. But like I said, we might even talk about this. Like I said last show, there's a Batman problem that's messing up the universe. They got 4 different Batmans. Okay. I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna save it for a separate podcast. How to create a single streamlined universe for the WB DCEU so they can get their stuff going and they can do multiple universes later. I said they need 2, actually. And they need 2 time streams. One for TV with HBO Max and Arrowverse, and one for the movies. And 2 separate ones. But the problem is, even with the movies, they got 2 different Batmans. They got the Matt Reeves version, which they allowed this guy to come in and dictate terms and kick out Ben Affleck, because Ben Affleck was supposed to be in control of that. They allowed this dude to come in when they were in the midst of their craziness of WB. All right. And now they want to do the right thing. They're like, oh, crap. We got the Matt Reeves version that's going to kind of screw stuff up, which I say, just let him do the Joker thing and have his own standalone, not connected to any universe. Just let him do a standalone Batman series, and it'll be just perfectly fine that way, okay? And just say DCEU movie and HBO Max Arrowverse. That should be 2 streamlined timelines, and we just use the old Batman in the DCE Arrowverse / HBO Max universe, okay? I think that's what they should do. Okay, now.
Why do you think they just have a Batman problem?
Because they got Batman messes up because you got...
How many Supermen do they have?
They got 4 different... But see, they only mentioned Superman. They only shown 1. But mentioned, they showed 2.
All right.
All right. But see, it goes on all my 2 time streams. Mm-hmm. 2 time streams.
But then...
The TV and the movie, right?
Okay, but they got 3 Supermans then because they had 2 Supermans in the TV show. And then there's Henry Cavill, who may not be Superman anymore.
Hey.
Because he's talking with Kevin Feige.
But Superman's still not causing the problem. And this is what we talked about a long time ago, that the WB's problem, why they'll never catch up to Marvel, is because they put too much life juice into Batman and Superman. Wonder Woman is just now, after about 30 years of being too scared to make a Wonder Woman movie, but it's always been about Batman. Speaking of Wonder Woman, hey, who's the Wonder Woman director? Patty Jenkins.
Patty Jenkins, hear me out.
What's up?
Don't blame Warner Brothers for the failure of Wonder Woman 84.
I don't think it was a failure. I just didn't think it didn't live up to the expectations.
Because it went on the HBO and not in the theaters is why it wasn't good. And that is a lie.
I don't know why. I wouldn't say why it was good, but I do agree with her that they should have
waited
to make money. That way, when people say, well, this is not as good, so I'm not going to come back and see it.
Do you know how
you
much
still would have made that money?
You know how much money they would have lost if that movie would have went to the movie theaters?
They would have lost something. Actually, they would have.
Word of mouth spreads quick.
Yeah, but listen. It would have made a lot of money still.
Look, I read someone's review says that they almost walked out their house.
Well, that's not come on. That's flat out ridiculous. I'm not going to listen to that person. That movie was not bad.
It was bad.
It was not bad.
We talked about it. I talked you into saying it was bad.
It wasn't great, and it wasn't bad. It was even killed. Listen, if Captain Marvel, that dry as that movie was,
but that wasn't bad,
and it was dry. It was dry. Not that. It was not that good.
It was supposed to be dry.
It was not that good. It's just that people wanted to see Captain Marvel.
Wonder Woman was worse.
No, it was not. No, I'm not going to go there.
Wonder Woman was worse than Thor 2.
I'm not going to go there.
So you're trying to say that Wonder Woman was better than Thor 2?
It was better than Thor 2.
Man,
Thor 2 was horrible.
No, Thor 2 wasn't horrible.
It was not bad, but it wasn't that good either. All right, so we're going to talk about Titans, okay? Because, speaking of Batman, I mean, this new season is based around Gotham. And so I'm not going to go into much into the new season, but we'll
Ian
go into
Glenn.
we'll go to the other season, because the thing about Titans is I like this show. The show's pretty good. I know some people are frustrated because it's like, okay, here we go with the whole basing DC everything through Batman, which I do agree that they got to figure out how to build its comic book universe not around Batman.
Well,
I know it's hard. Batman's my favorite.
It's built around the Trinity, the comic book universe, the comic book itself. The physical comic books are built around the Trinity.
Right, I know that.
So you can't really take storylines and not have them, because
you better decide what you're gonna do with Batman.
They better decide what they're gonna do. Period. Because it's messing. It's still okay. I'll say it like this. It still holds all other material hostage. The directors, like I was Suicide Squad director. What's his name? James Gunn.
James Gunn. He said it himself. He's ready to go full gusto, right? Mm-hmm. But he says, I'm gonna just retranslate it. I'm ready to pull trigger on some cool stuff. The Suicide Squad major review. Way better than the first one. Mm-hmm. Okay? Matter of fact, you can actually jumpstart the DCEU with what James Gunn just did. Okay? But I can't go any further until they figure out what they want to do and what direction they want to go. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm ready to explode. I'm ready to do this.
But we do that.
But I can't.
After Aquaman.
I'm handicapped right now because they can't figure out. That's why I said it's a Batman problem. They can't figure out what universe they want us to use. Who universe do I use? Do I use Snyder's? I'm James Gunn. This is kind of his translation. Do I use Snyder now? Then are you saying that we're going to re-honor the Snyder first? Do I go with what y'all trying to do with Matt Reeves? Or because everything's based around Batman. Mm-hmm. Superman's taking the back seat. Even Wonder Woman has now. It's all about Batman.
Well, he's the glue.
Well, but listen. I'm trying to listen. I told you not to do this, but I'm actually being a hypocrite right this minute. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I said don't compare the DCEU to the MCU. Okay, because the formula is flowing like a train over there. They got to refine their formula. But I have to, in this case, use it a little bit because here's the thing. They started the MCU around the Iron Man. Okay, he jump-started it. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's based around Robert Downey Jr. and his Iron Man character. At least Phase 1 and a lot of Phase 2. Okay, and then they started separating it away from Iron Man and Captain America-ish, but mainly Iron Man. Mm-hmm. Okay, and built a universe with all these other characters. They just jump-started with it. Mm-hmm. DC cannot break off from Batman. Everything. And if that's the case, if you want to do that, DC, that's fine. Okay, do that. Because Batman has the largest rogue gallery, the Gotham is everything's centralized around. Okay, I get it. DC, Batman, I get it. You need to figure out what the heck, I wanted to say something. Which Batman you're going to use and base everything around that Batman. Pick one.
Well, they're in a pickle right now because they don't know if they're going to get Ben Affleck back. They got him back to finish off his contract.
I'll give him a middle finger if I was Ben Affleck. Hold on, you brought me in. You said I can do my Batman. I can do what I want. I can make my movies.
And his script was awesome.
Awesome. I even set it up for that. And then y'all just pissed on me when you brought Matt Reeves. And then me and Matt Reeves can't get along. So you sided with him.
Which was totally stupid.
Now, listen. Don't get it twisted. That Matt Reeves Batman is going to be dope.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be dope. I'm a Planet of the Apes fan.
Okay.
Matt Reeves is good.
Mm-hmm. No, I'd take nothing away from Matt Reeves.
It's going to be probably one of the best Batman series. I believe it's
not going to be a series. It's going to be one movie.
I believe. Well, I just don't think Robert Pattinson can handle being Batman for 3 series. Something's going to go weird with him.
Well, he did the Twilight thing.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. We'll find out.
He's a good actor.
He's a good actor.
I'm trying to reserve judgment until the movie comes out.
No, he's gonna be good at Batman. I don't think he's gonna mentally handle through. That's a lot of pressure being Batman, just like there's a lot of pressure being Joker, right? So, but give him his own standalones. Since you guys are doing you did pretty well with standalones. DC does really well with their standalones.
Okay.
Just, hey, Matt, I'm sorry. I know we told you this. You do your standalone because I like what's going on with the Titans. So I ain't talking about. We ain't talked about the Titans.
You can't talk about WB without going on a tangent. That's how
about
bad
Batman
it is. Well, I mean,
right, I'm changing the topic. It's okay. First, we're going to talk about Titans. We're going to talk about shows being hostage to the Batman problem.
It's crazy. It's crazy because, I mean...
Does Iron Man holds Marvel Cinematic Universe hostage?
The sad thing is, The Man of Steel was the first movie. It was supposed to be wrapped around The Man of Steel.
It was supposed to be.
And to be honest, there hasn't been a Batman movie yet.
That's the crazy thing about it. There has not even been a solo Batman movie yet. And he's still holding the
because
hostage.
That's what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to have Man of Steel.
Right.
Then they were supposed to have The Dark Knight. And then they were supposed to have the when they come together with the Trinity, with Wonder Woman. And then they were supposed to create the Justice League. And then you would have them fight. And then maybe down the line you would have Batman versus Superman. But you were not supposed to start off.
It was supposed to be, yeah. So the name of this topic is Batman holding DCEU hostage. There's 4 Batmans. It's like, what do you think about the Titans version of Batman? They're going with the older, tired, grizzly, and it's weird.
How many older Batmans we gonna have?
Well, at least Ben Affleck's version is still swole.
Michael Keaton's about to be Batman.
You know? Well, that's okay. I get it. That's for the Flashpoint and all that. All right, so I'm not going to even think about those Batmans. I'm just mainly the one you.
So you got the Michael Keaton.
So okay, hold on. Let's slow down. Let's not even add him.
No, I mean, not Michael Keaton. I mean, you got the Ben Affleck.
Right. Let's talk about timelines, universe.
So
universes.
Is Titans in the Arrowverse?
We don't know.
Is the Arrowverse over with?
We don't know. Didn't the Arrow combine all into one single timeline? When he did his what you call it? What is he now? What is the Arrow now? The Spectre?
Yeah.
Right?
And where's the Spectre at?
And where's the Spectre? Should he be able to go to what? He can go to any time. He can show up in the movie.
The Spectre is the angel of the wrath, the angel of death.
But he can go into any.
The Spectre can go wherever he wants.
He can go wherever he wants now, right?
He's the wrath of God.
I don't. Okay, so I'm like, oh man, I feel James Gunn's pain because he's like, I'm ready to do some stuff with this, man. And that's why he just mentioned Superman, but he wanted to bring Superman in as the villain against, because of the comic book of
Injustice.
Right. And he can't do that because, what Superman do I use? You guys, do I use the Arrowverse one? Do I use Henry? Let's name it. You got Matt Reeves, Batman, who's supposed to reset everything. Mm-hmm. Supposed to be the mainstream that they want to go with. But then Snyder came with his stuff, all right? Made it difficult because now they're like, crap, we gotta honor
Snyder didn't make it difficult.
No,
made it difficult.
No, I know they made it difficult. I'm just saying the success of
the Snyderverse
cut, made it difficult. Now they can't just discard that, right? And so now the Snyderverse is back into play, and then you got Arrowverse, and then where's the HBO Max verse? Where does it stand at? Whose verse is it in? Obviously, it's not in the movie because you got this version of a Batman, the older grizzly, kind of weird, which I kind of like the take on it. It made the Batman look like he has a borderline personality and he's not, he's just as crazy as the Joker. right? They put him on it, right. They put his mental health issues just the same as on Joker. These two are holding Gotham hostage. You'll get more of this in the new season. I don't want to go too far into the new season, but it's just like Teen Titans is a hell of a show.
Titans
is a hell of a show. And let's wrap this up, too, by the way. It's a hell of a show. We'll come back. I'll tell you what. We'll come back to the Titans as a topic after the third season.
Okay.
After this third season is done. Because I can't really go into depth because I know you ain't seen a lot of it yet.
I haven't seen the third season.
I watched the first 5 episodes right now because that's where we at. And I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty awesome, it being in Gotham. But then this Batman thing is back into play again.
Oh, yeah, and we forgot about Gotham.
It's all about Gotham now.
The show Gotham, he's supposed to be showing up in one of the shows as Batman.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, stop. That's enough.
Then there's Pennyworth.
My head hurts.
Pennyworth was actually a good show.
Yeah.
About Alfred?
Yeah, Alfred. My head hurts. All right, so we'll go on to the next stop at the 20th minute. Perfect. Okay. All right. DC is holding Batman. Batman's holding DC hostage. Let's talk about something before we get into paying athletes and stuff like that. Okay. Let's talk about something faith. Let's get spiritual. Okay. Since we are a man of faith, that's what we say in our show. We say this in our TV. We're just a couple grown dudes, strong on our faith, right? Raising our kids, right? And still doing our thing right here in our mama's basement, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. Now we're doing our podcast in the homie's garage, okay? In mama's garage, all right? We'll say in mama's garage, right?
Mama's garage.
In mama's garage, right? And here's the thing. But we have strong men in faith who are raising our kids. So let's talk about a faith topic. Okay, here's a faith topic, all right? And this, you don't have to be of faith. You could be religion, any religion, okay? We happen to be believers of Christ, okay? Of Jesus, all right? So, just whatever faith you believe in, okay? All right, this applies to your faith and your religion. When people say, I found God, right?
Right.
And they become, in bunny ears, Christians, right? Right? And we're going to use Kanye West. Okay. Kanye West is documented to have severe bipolar problems, borderline personalities, and things of that nature. Okay.
Right.
Very heavy, especially after he lost his mother. That's hard, right? I just lost my mom recently this year. Okay. And I know if you are not strong in your faith and your foundation in who you are and in your faith, losing a mom can be detrimental if you had a close relationship with that mother.
That's correct.
All right. Especially for men, okay? Women with dads, men with their mothers. That's how it is, right? Okay? And that doesn't apply to every family, but majority, that's what happens, right? But then he gets, him and Kim's breaking away from her image, wants to be a lawyer, advocate. They want to do the whole church thing, raise the family, and all that stuff, right? Kim wants to break away from all, whatever. Okay. Right. All right.
Well, they separate.
Well, now they're going through divorce and all that stuff because, Kanye is getting all, he just, it's like they'll say he's losing his marbles. He's out there talking crazy stuff, talking bad about his wife, talking about, affairs, whatever, or just all kinds of just out. I mean, just like, dude, first of all, you're sitting there, you're screaming Jesus 1 minute, and the next minute you're out here acting like you just lost your mind. And talking on, and the Kim's out of the point where Kim said, I had enough. I can't do this no more, right? Right. And Justin Bieber, same thing. You seen him in there and they're doing their retreats and he's down in LA with those big old mega churches. He found faith and he's jumping joy for Jesus and stuff. And then he's coming out with songs. It's one of his popular songs, I get my, from Georgia, I got the, holes, you're talking about smoking and all that stuff, right? Because, I get it. Fame is too hard to let go, right?
It might not be the fame. I think it's the money.
Well, no,
I think the money's too hard to let go.
Well, no, that fame, money, the attention, all the being on the spotlight. Listen, if you follow in Christ, like he says with the rich man, right? You say, hey, okay, you want to roll with my crew. Are you able to put all these down and not know where you're going to sleep at night?
Right.
Are you going to hit the hard road path? Are you going to let all this fame and fortune go, right?
Right.
Right. To be selfless and to serve others, right?
Correct.
And that's where the rubber meets the road at, right? The chicken higher, they say, right?
No, you're right.
The fork in the road, right?
Rubber meets the road. Right.
Rubber meets the road. Okay. All right. So should we be questioning? Here's the question. Okay. I'm glad you guys are following along with me on this. Because, like I said, Islam, Christianity,
Judaism,
Catholicism, whatever you want to use, okay? Mormonism, wherever your faith is, okay? All right? Your higher power, so you put your faith in the creator or the higher power, so which helps you become a better person, a more enlightened person.
Correct.
Should we question those who claim to have found faith and then come out and act like this way? Should we say, oh, they were fake? They're not really real about that. It never really happened. What do you think?
No, we shouldn't question them.
Why is that?
Are we judging them righteously?
I don't know.
I'm asking.
Oh,
are we judging them rightly?
We're don't ask that question to be answered. I don't want to answer that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then no, I still think because then we're being hypocrites, because these people have spotlights on them because of how famous they were. So when they found Christ, there still was a pressure, and everyone who finds Christ the first time, maybe it's Justin Bieber's first time actually giving his life to Christ. And the pressure for him to be pulled in two different directions, he slid back. Who's to say he's not going to come back forward?
Oh,
I mean, do we have?
Are we doing this recency thing that we tend to do as people?
I'm just asking because who's the Puff Daddy of gospel music?
Kirk Franklin.
Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
When Kirk Franklin came out on Oprah saying he had a pornographic problem,
right,
and he wasn't faithful to his wife,
right,
and he wasn't faithful to his church or
right,
his teaching or his following or his gospel or his ministry, there was no outlash to cry to tar and feather him. And he was leading you. Right. He was his songs were in clubs.
That's true.
Secular club. Gospel songs were played in secular clubs. So, and he came out and his mess was in the world.
That's right.
And everybody was like, oh, he's such a great man. And he's backslidden plenty of times in front of us.
That's true. You might even question Tyler Perry.
Let's not talk about Tyler Perry
right now. You could question.
It's not my place to judge an individual.
Well, what I'm just saying,
right,
if you put people on those standards,
right,
because what happens when people come to their faith, okay, I'm gonna say it like that, come to their faith.
Correct.
What we tend to do as human beings is now all of a sudden there's a standard, which there is a standard you do need to uphold. Me being a believer of Christ, there's a standard that I need to try to live by, but I have to do it through a relationship, not through rules and regulations.
Correct.
Right? Okay, because if I go rules and regulations, I'm going to break them.
Everyone does.
Everyone does, right? So I have to have a relationship. So when God's in my ear, I say, dude, you just messed up on that one, man. You might not want to do that. Oh, you did. What are you going to do? Okay, you know what? My bad. That's my fault, Lord. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Hey, you forgive me. Now get you up, dust yourself off. Let's go forward, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a relationship.
But sometimes even in your relationship, you don't do that to God. Sometimes you were like, you know what, God? No, I know what I'm doing.
Right. Well, we all stubborn. We think we know it all.
And God be like, well, okay, kid.
Right.
I'll see you back here in a couple of weeks.
Just go ahead and do your thing.
You don't know what you're talking about. I got this.
Free will.
You made me to be this way, and I'm going to do it.
Free will.
Then you come back and be like, I can't do it out there on my own.
It's like Dave Chappelle said when he was cocaine is a hell of a drug, right? That's how
Rick James,
when he did the Rick James, free will is a hell of a drug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Free will. He won't impose on that, right?
Hell of a drug.
Well, what we tend to do is we try to. Then all of a sudden, when you get saved or your faith will put you at such a high pedestal that we're waiting for you to do something so we can knock you down. And here's the thing. We're not supposed to be making judgments because we do not know a person's heart, first and foremost.
Correct.
Okay. God sees sin differently than we see sin, right? He sees that as a hindrance, as a stronghold to prevent us from moving on to the next phase of our lives, where we see it as condemnation and chastisement, right? But we do not know someone's timeline.
Well, also, you're right on that. But also...
Now, should he be out there talking all this? And, well, no, he's just making his life difficult.
Well, here's the deal.
All right.
And I agree with you on that, because we're both believers. We're both followers. But I remember when Snoop Dogg was on Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table, and she came at him hard. She says, I saw how you were speaking down to this woman, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw the music you were making, and I was like, oh no, you just went one direction. And he says, well, hold up, Jada, I love you. I love your husband. But this is what's problem with faith. He says, when I decided to put out my gospel album and I decided to turn my life around, which I've been doing my philanthropy and doing with kids and stuff. He says, when I was trying to do a ministry in music, everyone turned their back on me. Everyone says, why is Snoop Dogg doing this? Snoop Dogg ain't really a Christ follower. Snoop Dogg ain't this, without even letting my works be seen. And he said, so then when the next album came out and I was speaking my mind and I was voicing my opinion about how y'all treated me, and I used words that you wanted to hear, then it was, oh, why were you talking about women like this? Or why was you saying these things? He says, because I was speaking my truth.
Right.
He says, now I'm still going to be the dog father that takes these kids off the street, and instead of being in gangs, put them on a football field.
Well,
but he says, I have to be true to me and allow God to make a decision on what I do.
Let's go there. And that's how we're going to end this, is that because, and I'm going to speak for the Christian faith, okay? I call it faith in Christ, okay? But sometimes you use the word Christianity, sometimes it becomes a club. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
All right, I want to go into historical reference of, because Jesus never called followers Christian, right?
Correct.
That's something the Roman emperor did, right?
Correct.
All right, so, of faith, believers, okay? Profession of who he is, okay? In our hearts and their mouth. What I'll say is this. When you become in faith, how it works in the Jesus realm is salvation, his work on the cross, what he's died for you, shed his blood and his life for you on the cross as God, okay? To be in union with his Father, okay? But what happens is your spirit man becomes recreated. You get new. Okay, I get that, okay? What people forget, though, on the other part of that is your soul is being perfected, okay? Your soul is your thinker, chooser, feeler. How you think, what's going, how you feel, how you think is going to coordinate to how you feel to make a certain choice. That's your soul realm. As you have to be, it's like, now that you're saying, when you come to your religion, to your faith, wherever your faith is, you're saying creator, higher power, God, Jesus, okay? All right, I'm not trying to put them all that. I'm not going to get into all that debate, okay? But what I'm saying is, how it should work is, you have permission to come into my garden that's full of weeds and help me start plucking out the weeds out of my garden. As we do that process, you're going to see some terrible weeds that's been sitting there for a while. It's going to be harder to get out than the simple ones you can just pluck out.
See, Dre, you shouldn't even have said that, because now you want me to go on a tangent.
No tangent.
No, I'm not saying I'm with you.
Right.
Because the pruning process.
It's the pruning process.
It hurts.
It hurts.
And we can leave it at this.
Just leave it at this.
When you prune a tree,
right,
you don't prune the tree an inch in the dead. Right. You prune a tree an inch in the living.
Right.
So when you cut the flesh, you're cutting the flesh, and it hurts. And a lot of people can't deal with the cuts.
Well, it's just like I was watching a show, a health show with one of the famous workout. She had her own thing. She was big at the time. I can't remember.
Michaels?
Huh?
Julia Michaels?
Yeah, her. And she was trying to get people to lose weight. And I know she was working with a Native American family. And they were seriously about cutting out, because blacks and Native Americans,
I remember that show. Yes.
And they were
with the fry bread.
With the fry bread.
I remember.
And they going to kill her for it, right?
Kill her because she threw it in the trash.
Oh, no, they were down for everything. You would throw it out in the trash. But then when she went to the fried bread,
they lost.
Because she didn't understand the cultural significance of it, right? Mm-hmm. And so, but it is, truthfully.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. It's not healthy for you, but there's cultural significance with that, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Just like how we are as black folks with certain
if
foods,
someone
right?
throws some fried chicken, what?
What?
You said what?
Fake chicken breast?
You better shake
it.
And
Get this girl out of my house.
Yeah.
Right? But see, that's God. He go up there and he said, you didn't see this, didn't you, on the top closet and downstairs in your basement. We might have to remove these.
Yes.
And you're going to cry over those Jordans that you worshipped.
Mm-hmm.
He said, them Jordans can't be bigger than me. And it takes time. Pruning process. Allow them to go through the pruning process without judgment, because then you have to pass that same standard that you judge people by. That's the end on this topic. Mm-hmm. If you can't pass your own standards, don't judge them according to your standards.
That's why I said,
let faith
are we
have
judging
its
them
course.
righteously?
That's right. Let faith. There's only one judge. Tupac said it. Only God can judge me. Right?
Well, that's not true. But we won't get into that.
Yeah, Tupac said that only God can judge.
I know, but that statement isn't true. But
I'm saying we can't. But it is true. Only God can do the final judgment. Right?
Oh yeah, the final judgment. That's what I'm saying. Correct.
Right. We can't judge. We can discern, but we can't judge. If I discern you're doing some stuff, Cousin Pookie hanging around doing these things, I can't hang out with you.
Right.
I got to discern that because you might be a bad influence. Doesn't mean you're deep inside a bad person. I just can't. I have to discern.
Right.
But we get discern and judgment mixed up. We judge and condemnation and discern. All right. 35 minutes. Here we go.
You are listening to
GPS.
Last topic. Paying athletes. I can't remember. Let's see here. Let me minimize my screen as I'm recording. And I'll see if I can find this example that I was going to use. Sorry, people. I got too caught up in this awesome topic. We'll make this one very short. We don't want to spend too long time on it. Bottom line is, I saw this athlete. I'm going to look for it while you talk about it. Paying athletes. Is paying athletes, okay, college athletes, a good thing for college sports. And I think even high school can make money off of name, image, and likeness. Now, we can go into a long debate over this stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But here's what I'm seeing, okay? I was a former college scholarship player. If I made any little extra bucks, even as small as it is, for some top ramen, I can lose a whole season.
Correct.
That was horrible, okay? But I'm sitting there watching now this, I'm trying to find this example. I can't find it, forget it. I'm not even gonna look for it. It's not, I don't got time because I want to kind of end this podcast a little bit. This dude signs a $1.3 million contract. I'm just watching ESPN. People signing $1 million contracts. College players, high recruits at a college program signing these big gold contracts, and they have not proven anything yet. Is it wise to give these college athletes that kind of money? I mean, they're getting to the point where they sign $1 million just to do appearances in the local area or whatever area. Or, hey, if the company wants to spend that kind of money and all that kind of stuff, or will it find itself a balance? I mean,
it's a tough thing to say. If you're gonna use my likeness,
okay, and
I don't get nothing out of it, but you profit millions of dollars, is that right? So if you give me, so if you say, okay, Charles, you're coming to the school and you're great for this school, you're whatever sport that I'm playing, and we're gonna give you a scholarship, and on top of that scholarship, for the rights of your likeness, we're gonna give you an extra $500,000. And as long as that contract is set to where they can use my likenesses as long as I'm a college student there. Mm-hmm. So, and they give me $500,000.
Right.
I don't see nothing wrong with that because I'm getting paid for the use of the likes and the rights of my image. Now, if I leave school and you still benefit off it, that's a different story.
Right.
But what is it, I know some people say, well, getting a scholarship to school is
right. It's supposed to pay for everything.
It's supposed to pay for stuff, but it doesn't, because then you're telling me I can't receive no money, period,
right,
to live. You know,
right?
You're not paying. You're not giving me. Now, if a scholarship for an athlete gave them room and board, clothing and food, then I could see that. But it doesn't. All it does is say you're coming to play sports for us, and we're going to give you an education that they really don't want you to put forth in anyways.
Right.
So how is it wrong?
I don't know if it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. I think it's, I don't know. Maybe
the money shouldn't be as much as it is, but it should be enough for the student to be compensated in some form, because these colleges are making millions of. Remember when do you remember NCAA
college football,
Live?
man? College football it's messing everything up. It's just too much money. It's just too much money coming in.
Way too much money.
Now you're talking about Oklahoma and Texas joining the SEC, and oh my gosh. I mean, it's just football. It's just it's just messing up college sports. Gajillions of dollars. I agree that students, first of all, the amount of money that's coming in out of these programs back into these schools, we got to start talking about college needing to be free for people to attend. Okay,
I agree.
Personally, I think we're getting everybody into debt first and foremost, and then when you're holding students hostage, and you're making all these millions off these students, but they can't even get a few extra bucks, a second job to pay for some extra top ramen.
Right.
I don't like it. Now, I don't think a student, like, you have like the founding list I was talking about.
Okay.
I got all these athletes like the Fresno State college basketball twins, the Haley and Hannah Cavendier. They have 3.3 million followers, right? Mm-hmm. So they sign endorsement deals with Boost Mobile and 6-Star Nutrition, right? So
what's wrong with that?
They sign in big deals, and they making millions of dollars. They can make $1 million plus right off of that, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to sound like a hater, but I'm like, gosh, man, I don't know. Maybe
that's not coming from the school, though.
They ain't coming from the NCAA. I know, but they can make the money. And that's like, is it wise to put that kind of money off of people who might not become anything big? What do you think?
Okay, so
I'm just asking a question.
So okay,
I'm trying to wrap my mind around these.
So you're right on that, but is it wise to give that kind of money to a college student who only spent a year in college and then goes into the NBA and gets $100 million? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to say there should be a limit, because if my son has 3.3 million followers, and this is in endorsements, and he leaves college from the school, right? If he leaves college and they want to offer him $2 million, I ain't gonna say no, son. The thing that you have to be wary is the verbiage in the contract, right? That's where the problem comes. Right. Now, as long as they're not controlling your life. They're only profiting off of your image. And a lot of it's local too, stuff like Bo Nix from Auburn University, the quarterback. He signed a deal with Milo's Tea. Let's see here. Oh man, look at all these deals. $1.3 million. So I mean, just figure this. What if you get that contract, and then you go out and you get hurt? Oh, All-American volleyball player. Okay. It's spreading out. So if you get hurt, right. This helps you. Right, because then your dream could be over with. That's true, but you may. Hey, you know what though? You know what? Here's my final decision. Hey, go get your money, y'all. If they're gonna pay you that kind of money, $5 million, and you still you're just a starting quarterback at one of the big institutions, go get your money. You know how much money? Go get your money. You know how much money people lost from those NCAA football and college basketball video games that PlayStation was putting out back in the day, because the college told those guys that they couldn't receive any money. Right. So now they missed out. A whole video game system was shut down because of that. Oh, because they shut it down because they couldn't use their likenesses anymore. Yeah. Did we get Reggie Bush's Heisman trophies back now? I didn't think they should have took it from him. Yeah, I know. Not at the first, they should give it back. But we don't want to go back and make wrong rights in the past. Well, you better make that one right. But they went back and they made wrongs rights when they took it from him. They took it from him. They took it from him 20 years after he got it? That's a good point.
That's a good point.
They took it from 20 years afterwards.
Yeah. All right. You want to make a wrong right then, but you want to make a right wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to save your face, but you don't want to save his grace. Nah, can't have that.
No, I'm down for college athletes to receive some type of. I was personally down for them to receive extra stipend money to live. If like extra $15,000 per year, personal money, or $10,000 grant money, per athlete or something to live off while you're attending college. You're right. From the college itself, but this is something NIL, we talk name, image, likeness. This is something that pretty much California says you can no longer punish them for going out there trying to capitalize on the name, image, and likeness. I mean, you're making money anyways.
You're making money off of them.
Right.
Why
so
can't
let
they
them make money off themselves, right?
right?
So let's not pretend that college institution athletes, that they're just for the education. But you ain't recruiting these guys for education.
Care less about those guys.
You care less about their education.
You put those guys in
you want to make money
classes.
Come on. You tell me Alabama, Auburn, and you Oklahoma. Y'all care about those athletes' education. Bunny ears over the radio waves. I'm saying right now, you see my bunny ears, and I care about the education. Whatever. All right. Well, we finished with the show. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, catch us on all the podcast platforms and everything and all that stuff. Don't forget to go to grownfolkskidsshow.com to navigate through all of our TV shows and YouTube channels and Facebooks, Instagram, all that stuff. But thanks for listening to some good topics. Hopefully y'all like it. All right. And thanks for listening to
GPS.
And till the next time,
thank you for letting us navigate you through our mind.
Peace out.
GPS.